Hi, I'm Pastor Kurt, and this is your 5-minute Bible study. Today, we're going to look at 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 1 through chapter 7, verse 16. So, what's going on here? Well, before we see what's going on here, we need to back up and remember what was going on in 1 Corinthians. In that letter, Paul was addressing the church in Corinth because they were a mess. They were full of conflict and infighting and doing all these things they shouldn't have been doing. And so Paul writes this letter as a word of correction to them, reminding them how they're supposed to live instead. Well, they get this letter. And how do you think they responded? They didn't listen to Paul. Instead, they end up attacking Paul. They call Paul's authority into question. They're like, who are you? Why should we listen to you? You are unfit to be called an apostle. They get all defensive and they think that they're okay, and so why should we listen to you? Instead of taking Paul's words to heart and correcting their behavior, they just attack him. Sometimes we do that today too. If somebody tries to correct your behavior, sometimes you get defensive and just turn it around on them. You attack them. This is what the church in Corinth is doing to Paul. How does Paul respond? He reminds them that all of them have been made new in Christ, including him. Remember Paul's backstory. When he started off, he was Saul, and he was a persecutor of the church. Now, after he had this dramatic encounter with the risen Christ on the road to Damascus, now he is one of the main spokespeople for the church. He's one of the people going around and telling others about Jesus. And Paul is reminding the people in Corinth, like, look, I've been made new because of Christ, and you have been made new because of Christ too. One of the key verses in this section is a very famous verse, and it's 2 Corinthians 5:17. It says that the old things have passed away, behold, everything has become new. Now, a lot of times when people read this, they think that it's talking about the individual, that Christ has made you as an individual new and all of your former stuff has gone away. Now, that's true. Christ has made you as an individual into a new creation. But that's not what Paul is talking about here. Instead, he's reminding them to see each other as the new creation that Christ has made. Not just that your old self has died, but their old self has died too. Christ has made them into a new creation. And in a way, Paul's saying, here I am, I'm a great example. My old self is gone. I am no longer that Saul guy who was persecuting the church. Christ has made me new. In the same way, Christ has made all of you new as well. Now, how are you going to relate to each other knowing that your neighbor has been made new in Christ? That is a great question. Since all of us have been made new in Christ, how are we going to treat each other? Yes, you as an individual have been made new. Okay, fine. But so has your neighbor. Christ has made them into a new person also. So how are you going to treat them now? This is a great response to the people in Corinth attacking Paul and calling his authority and his apostleship into question. Like, why in the world should we listen to you? Well, why should you listen to me? Because Christ has made me new and Christ has made you new. Paul admits that his authority doesn't come from himself. Instead, he says it's all because of Christ. This is important for us to remember. Sometimes Christians think, oh, I've been made new in Christ, and now I can do whatever I want and treat people however I want. No, you can't. Christ has made you new, and Christ has made all of your neighbors new too. So the question is, how are you going to treat them? Don't hold their past against them. Don't hold their sins against them. Don't hold their mistakes against them. Instead, rather than seeing them from a human point of view, see them from Christ's point of view. See them as the new creation that Christ has made. That was a powerful word for the people there in Corinth, and it's a powerful word for us today, too. There's your 5-minute Bible study. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.